All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And I wanted to do a hot take on the subject of prize money in men's open bodybuilding. And I made this graphic over the weekend to highlight how terrible the sport of bodybuilding, from a prize money perspective, has performed over the last 30 years, guys, even further back than that. But I'm just using this as an example. The 1995 Grand Prix winner got $10,000, first place prize in 1995. Some of you guys watching right now weren't even alive when $10,000 was paid out to the first place prize winner. Leaping forward 30 years to 2026, the prize money at 90% of these shows is still $10,000. Is that good or bad? You guys tell me. Leave a comment below. Has men's open bodybuilding progressed better for the athletes? Are they getting compensated more? I'm just talking about bodybuilding shows. I'm not talking about sponsorships. I'm not talking about social media. I'm not talking like online coaching opportunities through social media. I'm talking about prize money being paid out to the competitors on stage. You know, if you were to ask the winner of the Grand Prix back in 1995, you know what? What do you think the prize money is going to be in 30 years for first place? They would have been like, I don't know, like 100,000, 150,000. And if that reporter who was asking that question be like, no, actually, it's still going to be $10,000. They'd be like, what? No, that can't be right. That's never. 30 years from now, of course, it's going to be more money. Bodybuilding is going to be much bigger. It's quite embarrassing, people, that athletes are competing for prize money when they, in most cases, might be spending more than $10,000 to get ready for that show. This is where we're at. And you're especially losing money if you're a professional bodybuilder in the IFBB Pro League and you get second or third and you walk home with the $2,000 check for third place. You're losing money. If you walk home with a $5,000 check for second place, you're losing money, especially if you're not sponsored, because your hotel's not paid for, your flights aren't paid for, your food isn't paid for. You're all in on your own as a pro bodybuilder to go into a professional bodybuilding competition and lose money, be out of pocket after you go up there and raise your hand and have the card of check that they show on the stage photos, all happy, knowing that in the back of your head, like, I just lost money on this investment to myself to compete in this show. And so something needs to change. Yes, there's some shows that have stepped up. The New York Pro pays, larger prize money. The Dubai Pro pays 100,000 plus, right? The Pittsburgh Pro, 100,000. Arnold, obviously, 750,000. The Mr. Olympia, yeah, obviously you expect that to pay more. But then all these other pro shows throughout the year, it's just a little piddly $10,000. It's like your local amateur bowling league competition pays more than that. And this is all we can scrounge up. So I think there's a bit of a mask over bodybuilding right now and how big it really is. I think it's big from a perspective of the supplement company industry. They're making a lot of money from these gym rats and these people in fitness and things like that who, see these bodybuilders and they kind of want to be like them. somewhat, or the classic physique or whatever. But then these bodybuilders and these athletes in classic too, it's even worse in men's physique. They get paid less. Some of these guys are making $2,000 first place prize. It's a classic physique pro. First place is $2,000 as the classic physique pro. Second place is $1,000 as the classic physique pro. And look, the 1995 to 2026, the prize money is the same, guys. So you athletes out there need to demand more money for your hard work to compete in these shows year after year for the last 30 years. You telling me, oh, well, 3 or 4 shows now pay over 10,000. Big deal. What about all the shows should be over 10,000? All the shows should be a minimum $35,000 first place prize or $40,000 first place prize. But you know what the Manions do? They charge a $20,000 sanction fee for an open division show. That goes into the Manion's pocket, not into the athlete's pocket. So the promoter has to put up $20,000 cash money just to get an open division show. Maybe that, if it was a $10,000 sanction fee, there's an extra 10. Now you can at least move it to 20,000 first place. Because I get it. As a promoter, you're paying for the venue, you're paying for the logistics, right? All these things. And you can only sell so many tickets. You can only sell so many live stream, right, purchases. And then you have your sponsors that are going to pay in the lobby for $500, $1,000 for a booth. Sometimes less, like it's $275, $300. Can only fit so many booths in a little lobby of a high school, right? So it's tough as a promoter. So I just wanted to point this out. Maybe this isn't the most popular video to make, but Muscle Discord, I'm trying to talk about these important issues because I'm trying to make things better for the athletes by calling this shit out, because other channels won't call this shit out. They're afraid to. They don't want to embarrass the man. This is embarrassing to the Manions when this is discussed, because it's out front in the open and it's clear. It's like, this is pathetic. This is actual stats, proof, evidence that bodybuilding from a prize money perspective has not improved in 30 years. That's nothing to be proud of. Jim Manion, Tyler Manion. It's embarrassing. So I'm hoping that after more of this pressure is put out by me, because I know they're going to see it, that they tell these promoters to step it up, or they compensate and make that sanction fees lower so the promoters can increase the prize money for these shows. So leave it there, guys. Leave a comment below. What should the minimum prize money be for a first place prize in an open men's bodybuilding show? 35,000, 40,000. What should it be? I want to hear in the comments below. Let's start the debate. Hopefully this makes some pressure towards the Manions to do a fucking better job. Treat your athletes better. $10,000 for a first place prize. You're walking away with no money after the show. All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Every rep starts with fuel. Helix cream of rice, clean carbs, zero sugar, fast digesting energy that hits quick, fuels hard, and never sits heavy. 27 grams of pure carb power, nothing but rice and real flavor. Proudly made in Canada, built for champions. Grab yours now with code MUSCLEDISCORD. Helix Foods, fuel the work, own the stage.